This is Zach Wilson here, along with head coach for Stony Brook Baseball, Matt Senk. Matt, thank you for joining me today. How's things going?
Things are going well, Zach. Thanks for having me.
No problem. So, tomorrow begins day one for the America East Baseball Tournament. Your team has won the top seed in a conference in consecutive seasons once more. How does it feel to once again have your team claim the conference regular season crown, along with being the first to claim the conference tournament bid this season?
Well, obviously, very happy that we were able to accomplish this, and real excited for our guys. As everybody knows, this was a very difficult year for everyone. Everyone had to go through a lot, and for our guys to have to deal with that, along with trying to become the best player and team that they and we could become, was not an easy task, and so it makes me extremely proud.
Yeah, and you claim that there hasn't really been any problems for quite a while, and I can definitely see that because with the whole COVID situation, we did not have any situations with it ever since March, it would seem. So, how do you believe that your team has been able to handle well, being able to remain healthy and everything as far as that?
Yeah, well, I think that starts really with the university administration, our athletic administration. There are a lot of institutions that didn't allow their athletic programs or individual teams to do what we were able to do, and it really starts with there, and then down to our athletic training staff and equipment staff. I mean, really, just about everybody had a hand in finding a way to make this as normal a year for our guys, and then the testing when the season started, it was twice a week, and the guys were diligent about not putting themselves in any position to test positive, and we had no positive tests going throughout the season. So a lot of work, a lot of effort from a lot of people got this done.
It all comes down to this final weekend in conference play. The conference playoffs will be at Joe Nathan Field for the first time since 2012, as this season, the America East is allowing once again the top seed to host the entire thing. How big will it be for the team and the fans knowing that you once again have a chance to clinch an NCAA tournament berth at home?
Yeah, that's certainly an exciting thought that we would be able to be in this position to host a tournament and hopefully play well and come out on top. And as one of our players, aptly put recently, it was great to dog pile in 2019 in Binghamton, but it would be unbelievable to be able to dog pile on our own field here this year. So, it'll be a special thing if we can accomplishment, just as it was very special in 2012 for a very special team that was the start of their run all the way to Omaha.
Yeah, it was very special, and we all remembered that. And right now, this team does have momentum coming into the conference tournament, as you're just finishing up the road slate, which of course was the finale of the regular season, by getting 2 or 3 from UMBC. That final game was canceled due to the weather, and you won 3 or 4 at Binghamton. After midway through the conference slate, the team was having its ups and downs, but what adjustments would you believe were made to improve the offense and pitching during this late stretch?
Yeah, I think there were some minor adjustments. I don't think there was anything dramatic or drastic that needed to be done. To win 15 out of 16 games at the beginning of the season, I think we all know as baseball people and baseball fans, that's not an easy thing to do. And then we often talk about you never want to get too high or never get too low, and things that come with the game that don't allow for 15-1 records and 15 out of 16 streaks. They started to happen, and we lost a couple of close ball games. Some just the other team doing some good things. Some where we made some fielding mistakes or didn't get the clutch hit we were getting. So it's a long season. Baseball is a very difficult game. There's a lot of things that factor in. So we just hung in there and made some minor adjustments, whether with lineups or in practice, trying to improve on defense or approaches with hitting, maybe slight changes in our rotation, and those seem to be what we needed down the stretch, and hopefully I feel like we're in a good place going into the tournament starting tomorrow.
And when that final road slate began, which of course started in Baltimore against UMBC, you saw a couple of Seawolves return after they were out for just over a month due to an injury, Johnny Decker and Brad Hisley. And right as they returned, the offense for Stony Brook seemed to have gotten really hot, pretty much coinciding with the way the Seawolves were looking strong to conclude the regular season. How do you think it was coincidental to see how their return came just right at the moment when your team was looking really strong in your series wins against UMBC and Binghamton?
Yeah, I think specifically the UMBC series. We just talked about how in baseball, sometimes you just there's a lot of variables, and sometimes a team coming out somewhat flat. And I thought in the first game against UMBC, the first 5 innings of the series, we were not looking good, and Brad Hitzley came up and in a pitch hitting role and hit a big home run, and that just jump started everybody. So he was a huge catalyst for us playing better that game. We almost came back. In fact, Brad came up another time and maybe was a foot hit the outfield fence and was a foot from tying the game after us being down 5-0. And then Brad, we kept him in the lineup, and all weekend he swung it well and did a real solid job against Binghamton. And so he definitely has been a bright spot and a catalyst with helping our offense down the stretch. And Johnny Decker came back against Binghamton and got some time and did some really good things, and also played great defense. So it's good to get those veteran guys back there, and we'll look to hopefully have those guys help us starting tomorrow.
Yeah, and tomorrow it all starts off against Maine, who you were actually supposed to play last weekend, again, actually in March, to begin the regular season, but because of COVID on their end, you weren't able to host them. But now that you actually get the chance to play them this time, of course, tomorrow the game is at 11 a.m. What's going to be the key against a team that's actually just behind you in the conference stats in both batting average and ERA? They have been pretty close to you, and now that the top 2 in both those categories come together, what do you expect out of them?
No, it's going to be a hard-fought game. It's going to, I'm anticipating a very close game. They are going to have, I believe, has been named the conference pitcher of the year. But Nick DeGennaro, our starting pitcher, statistically was right there with him, and in many cases might have edged him out statistically. So on paper, it looks like it's going to be a pitcher's duel, a low-scoring game, but we know how that sometimes works out. But either way, I think it's going to be a very fiercely contested contest, and it will be a close game. But usually tournament games are like that, and so it'll be high intensity. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I know our guys are looking forward to it.
All right. So one last question. After what we saw with softball just a few weeks ago, which is the fact that in that tournament there were, of course, just 4 teams, and it's the same as well. Along with you and Maine, you also get UAlbany, who just got their coach announced as Coach of the Year, and NGI2, who has the America East Rookie of the Year. You can see that all of that talent makes up for the best 4 teams in the conference being part of that field that will be, of course, at your baseball field. So how do you view the competition just as big as ever?
Yeah, it's going to be a really, really competitive tournament. I think if we play our best, we'll be right there, and I think we'll be more than ready to compete. And if we can do the things that we're capable of as far as pitching, hitting, fielding, throwing, and base running, I like our chances. However, New Jersey Tech, they played great against us in the regular season. And Albany, we played them, what was our first weekend, their second weekend. They're a totally different team than they were back then. Obviously well coached, and they've been fighting all year to earn that number one spot on the other division. So it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a war. It's going to be some great baseball, and but that's what this time of year is all about. So we're embracing it and looking forward to it.
Well, it's a highly talented team that you have that has garnered multiple all-conference selections, both first team and second team, against other teams that are really going to be quite as tenacious, and I'm sure you will do your best. Coach Matt Senk of Stony Brook Baseball, thank you for joining us, and we wish you all the best with Game 1 against Maine tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Thanks, Zach. Appreciate it. Go Seawolves.
Yes, that's right. Have a good one and good luck.